One of the bullets that killed Officer Tippett was fired in Oswald's revolver. The other 3 could have been, according to the ballistics identification expert. Ted Calloway went to the police station that night and made a positive identification of Oswald in a lineup. But Mr. Benavides did not do so. Eddie Barker asked him if he were sure Oswald did the shooting.
Is there any doubt in your mind that Oswald was the man you had seen shoot Tippett?
No, sir, there was no doubt at all, period. I could even tell you how he combed his hair and the clothes he wore and what have you to the detail. And if he had a scar on his face, I could probably tell you about it. But you don't forget things like that.
The answer to this question, despite the problem of the ballistic evidence, is that Lee Harvey Oswald shot J.D. Tippett. What of the theory that Tippett actually knew Oswald? It's not easy to prove that someone did not know someone else. But every attempt to pin down the rumor that the 2 men knew each other has ended in failure. There is nothing in the circumstances surrounding Tippett's death to suggest any kind of conspiracy. Mrs. Tippett says flatly that neither she nor her husband knew Oswald. Officer Jackson was among Tippett's closest friends and had been for years. Eddie Barker put the question to him.
Do you have any reason to believe that Officer Tippett knew Lee Harvey Oswald?
I don't believe there is a possible connection at all. No, I don't think that he knew Oswald.
Did you know Oswald?
No, I didn't either.
35 minutes after Officer Tippett's murder, Oswald was captured in the Texas Theater. Johnny Brewer, a shoe clerk, had spotted him in a doorway and watched while he slipped into the theater. Brewer spoke to the cashier. She called police. The next 48 hours were filled with confusion. An army of newsmen jammed into the Dallas police building. Oswald was paraded through the halls to and from questioning sessions. Police Chief Jesse Curry and District Attorney Henry Wade said repeatedly they expected to prove Oswald guilty, although he maintained to the last he was not. No record was made of his interrogation. Sunday, November 24th. The mob scene continues as Oswald is brought into the basement of the police building for transfer to the jail. And then, in full sight of millions of television viewers, a man named Jack Ruby surges through the crowd and shoots Lee Oswald dead.
Why? A fateful meeting of deranged minds or some twisted conspiracy? Why did Ruby kill Oswald?
This is the world of Jack Ruby, a world of neon and female flesh, of bumps and grinds and watered drinks. Ruby operated a pair of sleazy nightclubs, the Carousel and the Vegas. In the free and easy atmosphere that seemed to characterize the Boom City, Ruby was also a hanger-on of the police, entertaining off-duty officers in his strip joints, often carrying sandwiches over to the police building for his on-duty friends. These are some of the people of Jack Ruby's world. His roommate, a competing nightclub owner, and 2 of Jack Ruby's girls.
Mr. Weinstein, why do you think Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald?
I think it was on the spur of the moment. That he really wanted to make himself look like a big man, and he thought that would make him above everybody else. That the people would come up and thank him for it. The people would come around and want to meet him and want to know him. This is the man that shot the president.
Why do you think Jack shot Oswald?
Oh, I think that it was mostly an impulsive act. And Jack also, I believe, thought that so many people at the time was saying they ought to kill him and this and that he, in my personal opinion, Jack thought this would just bring him a sensational amount of business and he would just really be a hero.
Diana, why do you think Jack shot Oswald?
I think that he came down there just to see what was going on. And when he saw that sneer on Oswald's face, that's all it would take to snap Jack. The way Oswald's mouth was curled up, you could even see it in the picture. I think when he saw that look was when he decided to shoot him, not when he was coming down. And I think he did it because he thought that it was a service to his country and in his way of thinking. That was the way he thought.
I don't believe that Jack Ruby ever took any secrets to his grave. I've been around him too long, and I've lived with him too long. And I'm certain he told the truth right up until his death. And I'll never be convinced otherwise. There was nothing he ever hid. The public knew everything he ever said or heard.
Jack Ruby was convicted of the murder of Oswald, but the conviction was reversed by an appeals court which held that an alleged confession should not have been admitted. Ruby died 6 months ago of cancer, maintaining to the last that he was no conspirator, that he had killed Oswald out of anger and a desire to shield Jacqueline Kennedy from the ordeal of a trial at which she would have had to appear as a witness. Dallas police had alerted the press that Oswald would be moved to the county jail shortly after 10 a.m. on November 24th. That departure was delayed. Yet a receipt shows that Ruby was sending a money order to one of his strippers from a Western Union office across from the courthouse at 11:17 a.m., when anyone premeditating murder in the courthouse basement would already have stationed himself there. In fact, it was probably the activity around the courthouse entrance which caught Jack Ruby's eye as he left the Western Union office. Ruby was carrying a pistol because he was carrying money. He was accustomed to wander in and out of the police building at will. The Oswald murder today still appears to have been not a conspiracy, but an impulse, meaningless violence born of meaningless violence.
The Longhorns come to Marlboro country. Longhorns, new extra long Marlboro 100s. Big gold pack. Big flavor, too, in the new longer Marlboro. New extra long Marlboro 100s with Marlboro flavor all the way. The Longhorns come to Marlboro country. New extra long Marlboro 100s.
Night.
No sleep for me. I'm all tensed up.
Take a sleeping tablet.
Aren't they all alike?
No, this one's different. Nitol.
Safe?
Of course, just follow directions.
So what's different?
Here. Read this advertisement in Reader's Digest.
Nitol releases its sleep-inducing ingredient more than twice as fast as any other leading brand.
Helps you get to sleep faster, wake up raring to go. Good night.
Try Nitol, safe, non-habit forming.
If you want really clean dentures, listen.
Now people don't even know I wear dentures.
They do look natural.
I brush daily with denture cream to keep them that way.
Ever soak them?
Yes, but with a soak, you add water and just soak. Give me denture cream and a brush.
People like Denture Cream's concentrated cleaning power. See, when Denture Cream goes to work on this stained denture material, stains are brushed away quickly and safely. Denture Cream keeps dentures clean, natural looking.